as natural high achievers, we attest our value to the output that we put out, right? For example, like the podcast, we could have the best podcast, and it's like, who's the next guest? Who's the next guest? And it's always the next thing, where you don't really stop and think about, holy crap, like I've done 141 episodes in the past 2 years. Like I've probably lived off of 6 hours of sleep, and that really hits when you're at 12 o'clock at night and you're staring at
That is so much content. That is so much content.
Compared to you, come on.
Come on.
No, like,
Come on.
okay, but doing a daily news show with a whole team, like there's a whole team of people.
Of course.
You're a skeleton staff at best. You're really doing this solo, and the amount of hours in editing and like ideas and ideation of it all, it's not easy. I've had people reach out to me with what I'm doing now, saying, okay, I want to do a podcast. I'd love to really launch a podcast. And I said, okay, do you know that if it's going to be a weekly podcast, that's 52 episodes in a year.
100%.
I'm sure you're sitting on a dozen awesome ideas. That's not even a quarter through your year.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do after your dozen ideas?
Awesome.
And you have to constantly be creating. And even with the morning show, you're right. Every single day after the show would end, we'd have a meeting.
Yeah.
Where are the holes in our schedule? What are the stories we need to cover? Ooh, what new content do we need to do? But also, what do we plan ahead for? That you can never turn that off. No. I bet you sit up at night. Do you thinking like, what's next?
A lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, like at 12 at night, we'll get a text from a guest that we really want. It's like, oh shit, like we gotta start planning for the next interview. Like it's.
We get the rush.
I can relate to that so much, right? We'd have our week planned out, and then our chase producer's like, well, this guest just canceled, or the worst is you show up at 4 a.m. and you've got everything prepped, and then you get that last minute cancellation, and you're like, what are we doing?
And the thing about that is the show still goes on. Right?
Yeah.
Regardless, guest cancels, teleprompter's not working, something goes wrong.
Yes.
The show still goes on.
Yes.